In this video, we will be doing algebra from geometry involving parallel lines. As always, the algebra comes from the geometry of the problem. So here we go. In the following figures, solve for x and decide if lines are parallel. So let's start with this one. You can see we have same side exterior angles. And if these lines are parallel, these will be supplementary. 110 plus 70 is 180. So these are supplementary. So yes, these are parallel. Next, we go to here. Same side interior angles should also be supplementary. 120 plus 60 equals 180. So yes, they are. So these are parallel. Another way you could attack this if you want would be to say this angle is 120, therefore its supplement is 60 degrees. And then I have congruent corresponding angles. You could do that. Next over to here, you might be tempted to say, oh, I have corresponding angles here. Let's just use those. You don't want to do that because if these lines are parallel, yes, these will be the same. But let's say I have a line like this. This line and this line are obviously not parallel. This and this are corresponding angles, but they will not be congruent. What we do know, however, is that this angle and this angle are vertical angles, and therefore they're congruent. So we'll do the algebra down here. 7x plus 1 equals 50. Therefore, 7x equals 49. Therefore, x equals 7. Now plugging back in red, 7 times 7 is 49, plus 1 is 50 degrees. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 15 is again 50 degrees. And these two angles are alternate exterior angles and are congruent. Therefore, yes, these lines are congruent. Moving over to here, again, you might be tempted to say I have alternate exterior angles and just set them equal to each other. But again, if we have something like this alternate exterior and that alternate exterior are not going to be congruent because these lines are definitely not parallel. What we definitely do know, though, is that these two angles add up to 180 because they're supplements. So then 10x plus 10 plus 80 equals 180. Rearranging, we get 10x equals 90. And then x equals 9. Plugging back in red again, 9 times 10 is 90, plus 10 is 100 degrees. 9 times 12 is 108, minus 8 is 100 degrees again. So we can see again 100 degrees, alternate exterior angles. So yes, these lines are again parallel. Moving down to here, now you will see why you don't want to assume that these are congruent, because these will not be congruent. We're going to do the algebra so you can see it. I'm going to write no over here. So let's say you just decide these are congruent, and you say 7x minus 5 equals 5x. Rearranging, we get 2x equals 5, and x equals 5 over 2. X equals 5 over 2 times 5, that would be 25 over 2, which is 12.5 degrees, which does not give us 180. So this is just completely wrong. What we do know is that these two angles add up to 180. So 130 plus 5x equals 180. 5x equals 50, and x equals 10. Plugging back in red, 10 times 5 is 50 degrees. 130 plus 50 is 180. Plugging 10 back in here, we get 70 minus 5 is 65 degrees. So now you can see from here, these alternate exterior angles are not congruent. So no, these lines are not parallel. Now moving last to here, you can see we have an algebraic expression here. However, we don't need it because notice 130 up here and 130 up here. These are alternate exterior angles and they are definitely congruent. So even without doing any algebra, yes, these lines are parallel. Generally in this kind of problem, if you get it for a test or homework, you get one of these where there are numbers. You'll get one of these where the lines are parallel and you just have to solve for it. Remember, use vertical angles are congruent for your algebraic equation, or over here, supplementary angles add up to 180 for your algebraic equation. Then you'll get one down here where when you do the algebra, these are not parallel. If this seems confusing, work through it several times. It will get better.